Okay guys, so we're going to make this beef chili right here from the multi-pot recipes from Mealthy, which made some slight changes. Instead of beef chuck cut into cubes, we're going to use a grass-fed ground beef in there, and that's 85% that we're using. And then we're going to not use the 4 teaspoons of kosher salt because we're using a organic, this one here, chicken broth. So this is made from free-range chickens and the freshest vegetables, 100% natural and non-GMO, but it's not a low sodium. So since it's not a low sodium, we're going to omit all of the salt that they tell us to add. And we have 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 4 teaspoons of olive oil divided, 1 yellow onion diced, 2 bell peppers diced, 3 garlic cloves minced, 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, which we left out. We put 2 teaspoons of chili powder instead of 1, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper because I don't like it too hot. We also omitted the 1 chipotle in adobo sauce, but you can add that if you like that. And then we have 4 cups of chicken broth and 1 14.5 can of black beans drained and rinsed. So the first thing we have to do here is season the beef all over with 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. We're just going to use the pepper. So now we're going to put the pot on saute, and what's going to happen is it's going to get ready. It says cooking, so we're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom there.
Oh, you did.
Oh, you did? Oh. All right, so that's in there. Let me just put this here so you can see it a little better. And, oh, you know what? Let me shut that TV in the background there. Set your multi-pot to saute. Heat your oil in steel pot. Working in batches, sear beef until browned all over, 4 to 6 minutes. Transfer beef to a bowl. Since we have ground beef, we'll probably do a pound at a time, or we'll do both, and just brown it up a little bit. That's all. Nothing major. And then we're going to transfer it to a bowl. They're talking about cubes of beef, so you know, if you're using that, then you'd want to sear it on all sides. And then after that, after we transfer that to a bowl, we're going to heat the remaining 2 teaspoons of oil, and then we're going to saute the onions, peppers, and garlic in hot oil until softened, 3 to 4 minutes. Stir in our spices, and we are going to cook until fragrant, about 30 seconds it says. Return the beef to the pot with the vegetables and spices. Pour the chicken broth into the pot. Lock the pot lid in place. Turn steam vent handle to sealing, and then select meat stew. Cook on high pressure for 45 minutes. And when that's done, you turn the steam vent handle to venting, so that steam's going to come out really quickly. And then you set the multi-pot to keep warm and stir in those black beans. You replace the lid and you let it sit until the flavors combine, about 10 minutes, and garnish with your favorite chili topping. So let me see if I can get a little, that's all, it's just being, you know, browned in there, and then black pepper. That's it there. So, yes. So we'll just brown that up, and then when that's brown, we'll get back to you here. Okay, so that's just about done. We just want it seared. We're going to put it into a bowl now. We'll drain off the excess. And then we're going to saute the vegetables as soon as we get this out. Yeah. We're going to put the remaining olive oil in there. And then we're going to add the garlic. We're going to let that heat up, and then we'll add the garlic. Go ahead, add the garlic. And then just don't let that burn.
Kind of like a little too hot.
And then the peppers. And just saute them till soft, about 3 to 4 minutes.
What about spices?
And then put the, let me see, first let them get soft and then put the spices in. 3 to 4 minutes to get soft, and then put the spices in and let it cook for another 30 seconds before And we'll just cook that for about 3 or 4 minutes. So that's been cooking for about 3 minutes. It's softening up. I'm going to add the spices that we have right in there now. Okay, and then I'm going to give that a stir. And just let that get fragrant about, 30 seconds. I've cut the vegetables a little bit bigger. That's how I like mine. You can dice yours smaller if you like it like that, but I like vegetables and I like to taste them and just have them disappear. But if you have a family that doesn't like that, you can dice them up real small. Okay, so got that going, and now we're going to go to the next step, which is to return the beef to the pot with the vegetables and spices. We're going to pour the chicken broth into the pot, and then we're going to lock it. So this is going to be just about the end, guys. We're going to return the beef to the pot. Okay. I'm just going to level that out. Give it a little stir. Okay, and then we're going to add our chicken broth in there. Okay, and lock the multi-lid lid in place and turn the steam vent to ceiling. You hear the music telling me that I have it there. Cook on high pressure. So we're going to select meat and stew. Let me cancel that. Now we choose meat and stew. And then we're going to cook on high pressure, which it is, for 45 minutes. So we're going to raise this time here. Okay. And then when that's done, we're going to turn the steam vent. So I'm going to go for my bike ride. There it is. It's on. It's going. So it's going to cook. Whoops, I'm sorry that I was trying to let you see that I didn't realize the camera was there too high. But we did get we set the meat, we adjusted the time to 45, and then it went on. It's cooking in high pressure. So we're just going to let that cook. Eating, it's telling us here. And then once it's ready, it'll start that countdown on the clock. And then all we have to do is vent it when the 45 minutes is done, and then we'll add the black beans and just let it stay, sitting there and keep warm until it incorporates about 10 minutes, and then you can serve it. Okay, I was out on a bike ride when this was done, so I couldn't tape the venting of the steam. It came out, it was a little bit watery, so we added diced tomatoes and I drained them so that it would thicken it up, and now I'm just going to cook off some of the liquid. I think probably the recipe, you don't really need, I don't think, 4 cups of chicken broth, maybe 3 cups would have been fine, 3.5 cups. But anyway, we're just going to cook off some of this, so you can see. And it smells good though, and I'm sure it'll be good. So I just put it on the beans and chili, and it started to preheat. You can probably hear it getting hotter. Our readout is telling us what's going on there. So we'll just get that going and try to just cook some of that liquid off, and then we'll be ready to serve it. In the future, I would add less chicken broth and omit this step, but I do like the diced tomatoes in there because I like a lot of vegetables. So that I probably would add anyway. We added a little granulated garlic when we were browning the beef. So that was another change I made to the recipe. Get this going and I'll show you the finished product very shortly. Okay, so it's thickening up nicely now. I'm stirring it. I don't want anything to burn. I'm just going to let it go a little bit more because we are going to put some cheddar cheese in there, and I think it's going to be just fine in a few minutes here. I'll let some more of that boil off. Okay, so we're almost there with thickening up the chili. It's coming along nicely. Okay, so I've been cooking it a little bit more and it's thickening up. I like it just like this. It's kind of a chili soup, which is fine with me. It smells great and it's thick enough for me, and I'm just going to add some cheddar cheese, and I think I'm just going to serve that. I can't wait anymore. I'm hungry. So what I've done, I just put some mild cheddar cheese pieces right there, and I'm just going to put some of the chili on top. Okay, so we've got that. This is really hot, so this cheddar is going to start melting. It's a very meaty chili. Looks delish. That is so good. That is so good. That is delicious. If you like more heat, you can add in. I'm not a big heat person, so that is perfect. That is perfect. So I'm just going to shut that off. And oh, look at that cheese now. Okay. You see the cheese melting? It's off to eat. It tastes really good. Like I said, I just used a little less chicken broth. 3 cups is plenty, 3.5 cups. And, you know, like I said, I would even add, I like beans, so maybe even add some more beans, either black or red or white, whatever you like. You can really customize it to what you like. And this is the Mealthy Pot, and we're going to be having a giveaway, so don't miss that, because that's coming right up. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great one. See a link if you want to purchase the Mealthy Pot right in the video description. Have a great one. Bye.